Alright guys, marketing your new dropshipping store is the topic for today. So you've got your new store and you're ready to take orders, but first you need to get some traffic. Let's learn about how to do that. Let's start with the single most important marketing technique, customer reviews. If you rely solely on Amazon or eBay, then customer reviews will make or break your success. Period. Think about it. When you go on Amazon, do you personally also check reviews before you buy something? I know I do. Sometimes a lower price might sway you to a different seller, but not if the reviews are lame. Great reviews give you a competitive edge and allow you to charge a premium for your goods. So how do you collect great reviews? Well, it comes in 4 steps. Number 1, choosing a good product. That's why choosing a high-quality product from a high-quality supplier is always a good idea. Number 2, provide excellent service. Providing top-notch service is always key to great reviews. Number 3, ship products on time or faster. People expect products to be delivered on time, but you can try to beat this expectation. If you say your item ships within 3 days, why not try shipping it in 2 days? And finally, remember to ask for a review. A lot of people just forget or don't realize that they can ask for reviews. Amazon sends an email, but don't be afraid to send your own follow-up email. It feels more personal and will probably act as more of an incentive for the customer to actually write a review. You can use a site like Feedback5 to automate this process. In addition to those 4 steps, don't be afraid to use social media to ask for reviews. You can also use more advanced tactics like reaching out to top reviewers on Amazon or exchanging free products for unbiased reviews. You can also do eBay listing upgrades, but there's some do's and don'ts there. When listing and optimizing your products on eBay, don't overlook the different options available to you when it comes to your listing upgrades. These upgrades vary from bold font to subtitles to extra images, etc. You can check out our full guide to choosing the best eBay upgrades available, but let me go over just the one that I think is the most important. Gallery Plus. The Gallery Plus upgrade costs a measly 35 cents, or $1 to keep it up until canceled. It shows a larger version of your image in the search results. Most people click on a product based on its image, so that's why I think it seems to be the best upgrade available. And remember, make the most out of your images. Amazing images increase your conversions. I'll put a guide to great product photography in the description below. Now, that being said, once you actually get to selling on eBay, it's important to test the different upgrades to see which one works best for you personally. All right, now social media marketing. When it comes to social media marketing, less is actually more. Rather than putting your energy into being on all the different social media networks just for the heck of it, try focusing on 1 or 2 and really making that look awesome. Once you do that, you can branch out from there. Personally, I think Facebook is a must for every business. It's got the largest active user base with 1.79 billion users a month, and it encompasses nearly every demographic of people. Now, social media marketing is a huge beast, and I could make a whole video on it as long as, or even longer than this video. That's why I'll just go ahead and leave some links to some really high quality guides in the description below. Now, there are some other marketing tactics, and I'll mention a few of them briefly. Pay-per-click advertising. PPC advertising is a classic marketing avenue. It's a simple exchange, money for traffic, or clicks. Types of PPC advertising include Google AdWords, social media advertising, and native ads like those sold from Outbrain. Of course, there are some other options out there, but those are the big 3. PPC is a difficult thing to tackle though, so I'd recommend just taking it slow. Also, Unbounce created the Noob's Guide to PPC. I'll go ahead and put that in the description below as well. Alright, so now let's talk about email marketing. Email is the single most important business tactic you'll ever master in the world of online business. Now, this is one of the biggest reasons I recommend creating your own website. Amazon and eBay hide those customer emails, and that's no good. You need those emails. You want those emails. Now, that's not to say that you shouldn't start selling on eBay and Amazon. Just think about creating your own website if you really want to make a thriving and growing business. You can use a tool like MailChimp, Aweber, or ConvertKit to start capturing customer emails and send them automated drip campaigns, which are automated emails that go out over a course of time that contain content or discounts. Shopify has a full guide to e-commerce email marketing if you want to learn more. I'll also put that link in the description. Now, there's also growth hacking. Growth hacking means marketing in a way that's creative, inexpensive, and highly effective. Examples of growth hacking include content marketing, guest posting on top blogs in your niche, and retargeting campaigns. Of course, these 3 marketing tactics are barely scratching the surface. Check out this guide by Sellbrite to learn more. I'll also put that link in the description. Now then, on to refunds. There's no avoiding it. If you're going to be running an online store, there will come a time that you'll need to issue a refund. It's just going to happen. So what do you do if you need to issue a refund or replace a product? Well, typically it'll happen like this. First, the customer will contact you to request a return or a refund. You then request a Return Merchandise Authorization, or RMA, number from your supplier. Your customer will then mail back the merchandise to your supplier, not to you, noting the RMA number on the address. Your supplier will then refund your account for the wholesale price of the merchandise, not the price the customer paid. Finally, you will refund the customer everything they paid for the product. Remember to take note of your supplier's return policy. If they have a nice 45-day window, you're golden to give your customers a long window too. If it's shorter, you may need to consider shortening your own window, or taking a loss on the products that get returned outside of your supplier's window. Now, some suppliers may charge you a restocking fee if they get any returns. Now, if that's the case, I recommend you don't pass this fee on to your customer. Yes, you're bound to take a loss every once in a while, but it's worth it in the long run. Now, have you ever received a defective item and then you had to pay to return it? That's not cool. But unfortunately, most suppliers charge a fee like this. If your supplier charges a fee like this, I also recommend you don't pass this fee on to your customer. In the long run, you'll keep customers happy and they'll have a higher lifetime value to you. Now, here's a pro tip for you. If you really want to impress customers, consider sending them the new item without having them send the old item back. Not only will the customer be pleasantly surprised, but they'll probably keep doing business with you because of it. Now, what do you do when a supplier messes up an order? Maybe they'll send the wrong item to the right person or the right item to the wrong person or whatever. So what do you do when that happens? In most cases, you just contact the supplier and explain what happened. If they're a good supplier, which you did vet them, right, they'll just reimburse you. Now, I'd recommend contacting them over email rather than the phone, because then if you need to legally review the transaction about what's being said, it's all recorded in an email. It just makes things easier. Now, it could be a serious mix-up and your supplier will just refuse to reimburse you. If that's the case, don't be afraid to file a chargeback against them through your credit card company. You may also need to send them a letter saying that you will take legal action against them if they continue to refuse to reimburse you. Otherwise, just eat the loss and find a new supplier. Anyone who's refusing to reimburse you like that is not worth working with anyway. Now let's talk about managing inventory across multiple suppliers. One of the biggest headaches about dropshipping through numerous suppliers is dealing with inventory. Now, it is recommended to have more than one supplier just in case one turns out to be unreliable. Inventory management comes down to checking your supplier's websites anytime you place an order. Of course, this can be tedious, which is why inventory management software was created. You might want to check that out. When dealing with inventory, especially somebody else's inventory, you're bound to get an order for an item that's out of stock. The solution is to just put the order on back order and immediately explain the situation to the customer. Email them to let you know that you can't currently fulfill the order and give them the option of a refund, or they can wait for the item. Be sure to give the buyer an ETA if your supplier's already let you know when the item will be available. If not, you can offer a guess, but make sure you're clear with them that your guess is only a guess. So, how do you actually fulfill the dropship orders? The answer depends on how many dropshippers you have for each product, and also cost and availability, a lot of different things, as well as whether you want to automate the dropshipping fulfilling or do it personally. Regardless of which method you choose, you're going to want to make sure that the automation emails include the purchase order PO number, if you have one, the product title, the SKU number, the quantity, and the shipping information for your customer, name, address, etc. One of the easiest methods is to automatically send the order to your best supplier. And by best supplier, I mean the one that gives you the best deals or has the best products. Alternatively, you can also route orders to a supplier that you want to develop a closer relationship with. To automate this process, you should be able to add the supplier's email as a recipient for all incoming orders that you receive. Sending orders to suppliers based on location. This can be a little bit more difficult to automate, but sending orders to suppliers based on their location can be a good idea if you want to make sure that the order goes through as fast as possible. For example, if you get an order from the West Coast, you may also want a supplier around there to fulfill that order. And that will likely lead to faster shipping times than a supplier that's, say, on the East Coast. You can also send orders based on availability. There may be some suppliers you're working with that don't have the item in stock, but others that do. Again, this can be harder to automate, but there are softwares that can help you. You can also send orders based on product cost. Lower item costs mean bigger margins. If you're looking to maximize your return, it may be time to do some price comparison on your suppliers. You'll need to figure out which one gives you the lowest prices so you can automate to that vendor. Now, to finish this video, I want to talk about avoiding fraudulent dropship orders. Fraud is not fun, but it can be avoided with some common sense. Here are some common warning signs of fraud. Different billing and shipping addresses. Many times, scammers will use someone else's credit card to send the order to themselves. Thus, the billing and shipping addresses will be different. Now, keep in mind that somebody could be purchasing a gift or residing at a temporary address. To avoid fraud and potentially upsetting your customer, give them a call just in case. Now, the biggest red flag is if the billing and the shipping address are in completely different countries. Different names on the billing and shipping addresses. Now again, somebody could just be purchasing a gift. A simple phone call will go a long way to avoid mishap. Weird or random email addresses. If you get an email from j74ql92@aol.com, that's probably something to be suspicious about. Expedited shipping. Sometimes a crook will use this to get the order fast and get away before anyone notices. Anyway, those are just some simple ways to avoid some fraud, and I hope those can help you. Well, that's all I got for you now. Remember to take action and start learning by doing. Reading guides will only get you so far. Try some marketing tactics or answer some customers' questions. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up and subscribe. And if you want to get notifications on our future uploads, hit the little bell icon. Seeing sales and ready to grow your new store? Head on over to our next video to learn about scaling your dropshipping business. I'll see you over there. Thanks for watching.